The second episode opens with a shocking and high-tension atmosphere, as if the series decided from the very first minute to signal that Season 4 will be the darkest and most horrific to date. Following the harrowing conclusion of the first episode and Jim's death, the entire town is plunged into a state of terror and shock, but the true nightmare has only just begun. As the episode begins, the residents wake up to a heart-wrenching sight in front of the Matthews home. A massive sack hanging, dripping blood in a terrifying manner. A crowd gathers quickly, and Boyd senses an impending disaster. Since Jim had been missing since the previous night, everyone fears that the body inside the bag is his. The tension in the scene is palpable, especially with the arrival of Tabitha and her children, Julie and Ethan. Tabitha desperately tries to shield the children from the sight, but she unfortunately makes a fatal mistake by telling them to go wait in the barn. When the bag is finally opened, the surprise is that it contains nothing but a slaughtered goat. For a brief moment, everyone believes the danger has passed, until a blood-curdling scream erupts from the barn. This leads to the episode's biggest shock. Julie and Ethan open the barn door to find their father, Jim, suspended in a brutal fashion, his body completely mutilated. Beside him, a chilling phrase is scrawled on the wall: "Knowledge comes at a cost." This sentence serves as the episode's core message, reinforcing the idea that anyone attempting to unravel the town's secrets or edge closer to the truth will pay a devastating price. The scene was exceptionally visceral, particularly because the children were the ones to discover the body, deepening the psychological trauma of the narrative. In the aftermath, we witness Tabitha's total collapse. She is consumed by guilt, having spent so much time with Jade trying to uncover the town's mysteries. It's as if Jim's death was a direct retribution for their curiosity. Meanwhile, Boyd begins to lose his grip on the town. Fear has reached an all-time high, trust is eroding, and there is a growing sense that the entity controlling the area has become far more aggressive and calculated. As for Jade, he begins connecting the dots, arriving at a terrifying theory. Everything in this town repeats in infinite loops, as if the current residents are merely versions of people who suffered through the exact same tragedies before. The episode harks back to early Season 1 hints, specifically the story of the Lake of Tears that Ethan mentioned at the start of the series. This gives the impression that the writers had this master plan mapped out from day one. Ethan attempts to reach his father via radio, despite his death. Strangely, the boy begins to hear and feel supernatural occurrences, as if Jim is still present in some form. This raises a haunting question for the fans. Do those who die in this town truly disappear, or do they transform into something else? Among the new developments, Acosta suffers a breakdown and attempts to flee in the ambulance. The scene is a direct parallel to the Matthews family's first arrival in the town, reinforcing the theme of repetition. No matter how hard she tries to escape, the road always leads back to the same point. Furthermore, Sophia appears to be harboring a dangerous secret, evidenced by the focus on her fixation with the ballerina statue, a symbol consistently linked to madness and visions. Even Sarah begins to sense something is wrong with Sophia, as if the voices are warning her once again. The episode concludes without clear answers, leaving us instead with a mountain of questions. Is Jim's death only the beginning? What is the true nature of the Lake of Tears? Who wrote the message on the wall? Episode 2 didn't just rely on jump scares. It focused on the psychological unraveling of its characters, while delivering one of the most shocking scenes in the show's history. It seems Season 4 is finally ready to pull back the curtain on the mysteries fans have been waiting years to solve.